this is how you know that even though MLMs are legal, this is why I put them in the scam category. Because most of the time, their products are terrible. The products that they sell are some of the worst products out there. Because if you have a good product, right? If you have a good product, you would just put it a commercial on TV or put it on the internet, and people would see it and say, "I want it." You don't see. You've never seen a Tesla commercial, and you never seen someone come up to you say, "Hey, I sell Tesla. Sign up under me, and you can make money." You know why? Because Tesla is inherently a good product, and good products sell themselves. So anytime you see a product out there where it has to have levels of people marketing it, you already know that that product is probably ass in the first place. That's just kind of my take. What you think?
I mean, that makes sense. It makes sense. Like, why would they try to pay these people? Like, that's a cut that all these people are getting.
Right.
So, and you're right, the products are not that great. You hear there was a really popular, how should I say it without calling them out? They did like supplements, they did
Mhm.
shakes, right?
Right, right, right.
Years later, it comes out that the number one ingredient in is sugar, with sugar in their product.
These are fitness shakes and it's full of sugar and
Oh
shit.
my goodness. I'm just like, wow. And it's like, it's crazy. Like the people selling it, the people buying into it, or even purchasing the products. It's just
Right, right.
people just get so blind
Yeah.
to really but I hope people are waking up. I mean, information is right at our fingertips, right? So I'm trying to get better at, just Googling stuff.
Right,
Like,
right, 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 right. Exactly. I think Google is one of the most amazing things because you can look something up in a minute, and I think that's why like I talked about the gentleman I represented with the Ponzi scheme.
mhm.
That's why he targeted older folks because older folks are less likely to be like, "Let me pull out my phone and Google."
Yeah.
This guy's name. Let me look at his background. And so
Hmm.
I want to pull up some cool data on the screen, right?
Okay.
And before I do, hey, if you want to bring up something, as long as it's something that's truthful, I don't give a damn if you bring it up. I don't care if you bring it up or not because hey, I'm an attorney. You can say the truth. If it's the truth, is the truth. Is nothing defamatory about a truthful statement. You know what I mean? So like, what you gonna sue me for telling the truth? Okay, man, get out of here. So just as a caveat, but I wanted to bring up MLM. I'm gonna talk about it and I'm gonna say their name. I don't give a damn. We're gonna talk about Herbalife. Now I know about Herbalife because I had friends and family members who 2 years ago, before the pandemic, they were in the gym as personal trainers and they were selling supplements and shakes. And I haven't seen them put a Herbalife ad or talk about their products or shake in 2.5, 3 years. But we're going to look at Herbalife and their compensation plan. And Herbalife is interesting because it's actually a documentary on Netflix of people who came to this country from foreigners, and they thought that Herbalife was their way out, and they end up with a bunch of shitty products in their place that they can't sell. And so that's what made me. I was like, you know what? We're gonna pull up some info on Herbalife. Let's take a look at their compensation and how much money people are making. Because that was the thing. When we were at the conference, I saw an influx of black people come in. So immediately I was like, there are a lot of black and brown people. Why are they here? So we asked, and I'm like, is the travel? Once I found out it's MLM, I'm like, oh God. But the first thing that of any conversation I had, they all said and talked about it. They didn't talk about what the product was. They talked about how much money. They was like, oh, the guy 2 levels above me made $400,000, and so they talked about these numbers. So I said, let's look at some of the numbers behind these multi-level marketing things to see how much money is being made if people are really making money in the first place. And so when y'all see these numbers, I know it's going to be quite interesting to y'all. Let me go ahead and pull it up, and I'll talk it through. You could chime in, sis, if you got something. All right.
For sure.
All right, so shout out to this website, Talented Ladies Club, because they actually compiled this information and
Okay.
had it set up amazing. I actually went and looked at, where it says our story, because I was like, what is the Talented Ladies Club? But it's actually interesting because their role is focused on integrating women back in the workplace. So in doing that, when they probably have people in their circle come to them about things, they have to do research to verify the validity. Is it something good to do or is it something bad to do? So that's how they actually came up and posted this article. All
Okay.
right. So we're talking Herbalife fitness gurus. How much money can you really make working for MLM Herbalife? Now let's go ahead and scroll down and take a look at it. How does Herbalife work? It's three ways. You can buy products at a discount on your own or for your household to use. You can sell products to make retail profit. You can recruit others who want to consume or sell products. Okay. Now, for me, which one of these strikes to you as the red flag to be very afraid, be very afraid?
All of them. All of them. My goodness.
Right. Like, hey, like we said, if someone wants you to pump their product up, their product doesn't have enough pull. But for me, number three stands out. Well,
For
as soon
sure.
as you start, number three just screams. Well, as soon as I see the recruit others who want to consume or sell products, like my spidey senses is just tingling like hell.
For sure.
But let's go down and look at this. How much money can you really make with MLM Herbalife? In order to get an idea what you can expect, let's take a look at these numbers. 50% made less than $370 a year. 50%. That's 50% made less than
Oh.
$370 a year.
Mm.
10% made just $6,965 per year. Okay, so let's just put this in context. So right now, if you look at those numbers, 60% of people are making less than $7,000. You know what I mean? 10% are making $7,000. About 50% are making less than $370,000. My $370. My son cuts grass in the summertime and makes more than $370 a year than most people who are selling Herbalife. Just put that into context.
Dang, you didn't have to drag it like that.
hey, these are facts. If you want to come for me, it's facts. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
that's hilarious.
And-
That's crazy. That is crazy. And it's just like people put up a facade. I'm doing so great. This is working so well. Oh my gosh.
yeah, it's really working terrible. And this is where it gets really interesting because the top 1%, and
Mm-hmm.
this is the top 1%, the top
Mm-hmm.
1% made more than $108,000. So literally 1% of people who sell Herbalife are making, according to these statistics, some type of livable wage. You know what I mean? like
Oh my gosh.
it's kind of crazy if you think about it. Now, I think these next numbers underneath, and then we're going to just kind of pull out and talk about it. But these next numbers underneath are really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So according to the numbers, okay, less than 15% of their distributors in the US earn any money from them. By our math, Herbalife had 464,736 distributors.
Mm-hmm.
Given the figures above of this number, 399,000, almost 400,000 made nothing.
Oh my goodness.
About 30, I'm rounding up, about 35,000 made less than $370 a year. Again, about 7,000 made more than that $6,000 a year, almost $7,000. 697 people out of 464,000, only 697 people made more than $108,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So I mean, I think the when we talk about hustles and MLMs, they aren't illegal, but with numbers like that, with numbers like that for me, they fall in a real high likelihood that you aren't going to make any money, you aren't going to make anything livable, and the amount of hours you put in, you'll be better with minimum wage being $15, $20 an hour in place. You might as well get a part-time job and work 3 hours a day, and you would be better off than doing this, you know. So
Mhm.
what do you think about those numbers? He said, don't blame
I was shocked. I'm getting into the screen like, what?
him.
Yeah, that's crazy.